Government working, the 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 government working. This one's for them haters, who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger, show them your little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working, 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 the government working. Don't mix me with politics. I yes, the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fix. Man, I come play some kicks. Can laser bumper fake, we call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still giving it some licks. The government working, 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 the government. This is for the hater, for the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. Show them little finger, show them your little finger, little finger. Show them your little finger, little finger. Show them your little finger. Government working, the 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 government working. Now don't mix me, don't mix me, don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Walking, they're walking. Them walking. They're walking. Now I said them walking. I don't mix me. I don't do politics. Yo, nobody not selling out. We talking facts.
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey. Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I.
We are a peaceful people. Struggle is we struggle, and we don't look for trouble. Just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow and never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere. Make no mistake, 'cause we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, the time when I hit. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right. So we ain't giving up no mountain. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. So we ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass.
Peaceful people struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one caress, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We are a peaceful people. Struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here. And we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains. We ain't giving up no tree. We ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass,
not a blade of grass. Morning, everyone. Welcome down to Livewire. It is Thursday, the 14th of March, 2024. Welcome to another episode, and I guarantee it's going to be an amazing morning. I have a very special guest on the program this morning, and I'm really, really excited that she's here. That aside, we got some bit stuff to deal with before we invite her on. Right, as you guys know, we'll be having Councilor Stephanie Nelson Moore, and she is the only councillor representing the People's Progressive Party Civic on the Mocha Arcadia NDC there. So we'll be hearing from her. And yesterday we were supposed to have Mr. Earing Ward, Prime Minister's representative for Region 7. But as I said, Mr. Ward is out in the fields distributing solar panels to hinterland communities to make sure that they benefit from this initiative that was spearheaded by the PPPC-led Irfan Ali administration. Morning to all the persons tuned in already. Paul Joseph, Ronald Martindale, Rahim Amarali, Chitra Sukraj. I know Candice Nelson and Jenna definitely tuned in. Special good morning to the two of you. Veena Ramkaran, morning to you. Savita Sukraj, Eddie Ramnath, VJ Lacha, morning to you. Richard Budu, morning to you. Chris, Sanita Sukraj, Savita and Sanita. Both, no, this is Sanita Sukra, sorry. Eunice Raghubir joining us from Canada, morning to you. Veera Badar, Thakur Brijlal, morning to you. Prem Prashad, Sherwin Siram, morning to you. Rani Prasad, Jasmine Baldio, Push Ram Kishore, morning to you. Kishore Dennis Jaikaran, I don't want to hear about he. Coretta McDonald, worse yet. And the sad part about the situation is that they're walking away from the negotiations again. So I hopefully they don't go on strike again and cause teachers to lose more money. Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Nadia, morning to you. Michael Captain, morning. Raymond Lira, morning. Cecil Rampasad, Soma Bipat, Pam Singh, Gil Ian, Rosalind Sukra, Dale Henry, Keith Adams, Dionan Suku, Maureen Razio, Richard Stanislas, Lance Henry, Mansha Sipasat, morning to you. Ann Hill, morning to you. Asif Hamad, morning to you. Claire Narain, Leroy Mangal, Shakila Khan, Jamila Kayum, Tulsi Ram Chedi, what y'all about to see this councillor by? Anit Ramdial, morning to you. Carla Daniels joining us all the way from Morocco, morning to you. Krista Kurprasad, Malchan Prem Kumar, Stephen Jacobs, Councillor Stephen Jacobs, morning to you. This is the council I was telling you all about, that the mayor give the BS answer about apples and oranges. Councillor Stephen Jacobs. And that's the thing. When you got bright young minds like these councillors that the PPP have at the NDC, the town council, and at the city council levels, these old goats that been running with the foolishness for so many years, it's not allowed to slip by them. So people like Stephen Jacobs, Alfonso Diarmas, Odwin Ashby, Ishfiani Mohammed, I think his name is, Councillor Chase Green, Councillor Young, Councillor Dan Singh, These are the people who are keeping City Hall on their toes. And I'm glad that they're doing that. Special good morning to Jane joining us from St. Martin. Eon, Courtney, morning to you as well. Now, before I bring on the counselor, I wanted to touch on some things. Now, I think y'all would have seen, no, I wasn't live, but there were some news articles. I didn't post any photos, but there was a walkabout, an outreach in East and West Rumville, right? And the minister within the Ministry of Public Works and the minister within the Office of the Prime Minister, they were there, along with Councillor Jacobs, Councillor Diarmas, several activists from the People's Progressive Party, meeting with persons on the ground, and also some contractors. And this is just to give you a view of what is happening in East Rumville, right? This is the road works that are recently completed in East Rumville. So all the surfaces in this area, most of them were resurfaced. And this is what, well, this photo shows the process here. But this is what the residents of East Rumville are experiencing currently, right? There was a walkabout with the councillors for the area, the ministers, residents, activists, and contractors. So the ministers were checking to make sure everything was good. The residents are happy, and that kind of thing. Now, lo and behold, y'all, guess who take a team to play the walking about place and checking road? Guess who get up a team? And when I tell you it's a full worries team to play the walking about and checking road. Watch this. Y'all watch this madness. The Guyanese hypocrite was out and about yesterday. People, the Guyanese hypocrite was out and about yesterday. And just like when I tackled her in Alberton, this is a community that supports the APNU, AFC, PNC, whatever you want to call them. This community would normally support them in terms of electoral votes. The Guyanese hypocrite, she's flanked by the worst mayor ever to grace the seat of mayor of this capital city, right? And then she is also flanked by, oh gosh, y'all remember when Annette they grabbed the mace and Risedale walk out of the parliament right after and did an interview saying that he didn't know how the mace was removed or some stupidness like that? These people actually in these communities after the fact. And as I told y'all before, they will come with their two long hands, right? Minister Indar and Minister McCoy came into the community and brought roads, drainage works, and well, not the asphaltic surfaces, but the footpaths, the drainage works are being given to contractors or being made available to persons from the community so that the community could benefit. The community members could benefit from these contracts. You understand me? So the government came in, brought roads, drain work, contracts, rehabilitation to the community. Look at these three worries here with their two long hands. Ubraj Ryan, who has done nothing for this city but pronounced words badly. The Guyanese hypocrite who has done nothing for this country other than build a bridge in Morocco that she could talk about. And Rizel Ford, who had no role other than to defend an elections rigging and some idiotic numbers about what is the half of 64. You understand? These are the people who are going to be going to the polls to ask you next year to vote for them. I am asking y'all to have sense. Y'all big and y'all have sense. Y'all big and y'all have sense. Annette, Ubraj, and Risedale can't come into these communities after the fact, after not doing anything for them, right? I was in West Rumville yesterday, and a lady was telling me that these roads that the government doing, Granger had them down to do, and it was in Granger budget. I said, ma'am, could you please let me know which budget you're talking about so I could go and check? But here, whether they're grateful or not, the government will keep working. Whether they're grateful or not, councillors like Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore will continue to work in places like Mucka. Stephen Jacobs will continue to work in places like Kitty and also areas outside of his purview to make sure residents of the capital city benefit from what they're supposed to benefit from. Because could you imagine at the councillors of those areas, west from the PPP and win west from Velt, you know, then win there. The councillors who have purview over those areas in visit, they do nothing in those areas. So all the upgrades you're seeing are PPPC councillors lobbying central government to alleviate the worries in these communities. So you have activists like Tricia Richards, Renetta Small. Oh gosh, what's this lady name? Oh boy, what's this lady's name, boy? Colleen. Can't remember Colleen last name. Vishal, we ain't taking calls today, bro. We got guests, right? No calls today, Vishal. So those persons, Councillor Chase Green, Councillor Jacobs, Ashby, the Armus, all the rest of them, those are the persons who are lobbying in these areas. Could you imagine a councillor like Alfonso, the Armus, Jacobs, Chase Green, Ishfiani, who are not the councillors in these areas, coming into these areas, walking the ground, meeting the people, listening to the concerns, and then taking it back and actually implementing change on their own, right? Implementing change that the council is supposed to be spearheading. City Council has moved from more than just a talk shop. It is less than a gaff, right? Because even if you're gaffing, you got to be gaffing something that making sense. And I maintain to you, these people will not have anything to offer Guyanese 2025, 26, 2030, whenever. Nothing. Again, too long, everybody hand long. And it can't go in there and say, well, remember I did this road first and the only reserves, it was I who did it. No, she can't say that. And it can't talk about the surfacing of front circle and back circle to make those people's lives better. They cannot, right? They cannot. Nevertheless, it's time for me to welcome the councillor, Stephanie Nelson Moore from Mocha Arcadia. Because if I bother with Annette, this whole hour can take up with abusing. And I ain't in abusing mode, right? So guys, let's welcome Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore from the Mocha Arcadia NDC. Good morning to you, Councillor. Welcome to Livewire.
Good morning, Courdel, and good morning, viewers.
So,
Courdel, you have me laughing here.
Man, and it just fret me. I think people know this by now. I don't have anything personal against her, right? If I see her, I got smile and stuff. But when you're being a hypocrite, especially when you were the public infrastructure minister, and then you going around the place looking at roads and drains, you get away from here with that. You get very far away from here with that. Anyway, onto Mocha and what's happening in there. Now, first of all, before we get into fine details, you are the only PPPC councillor on the Mocha Arcadia NDC. Now, just to give persons some historical context, I think this is the first time that there is a more representation from both sides.
Correct. That is correct.
So what has the experience been like for you, being the Lone Ranger, so to say, at least Councilor Jacobs and Alfonso and them got a little backup, but it's just you. Tell us about the experience.
Well, Cordell is not an easy path to walk. However,
Mm,
I do it without fear because my motive here is to serve the people of Mocha Arcadia
mm,
without fear, and that is what I'm going to. That's what I'm going to do.
right.
I have no time to look at the right nor the left to see which dog is barking while I'm walking on the road. I'm going to continue to do what I have to do, and I'm going to reiterate without fear. Sitting
Right.
there at the council, there are 12 seats there. And as you said, PPPC has one seat only. So we
Right.
have 11 councillors there on the opposite side. And many times you go into the council there, you have to hear, oh, the PPP this, the PPP that, and a whole set of barking.
Mm,
And I would like to say this, just like the other counselors who would have stated on this program that at the main city council or at other NDCs, you have long hours and little to no fruitful discussion. It's the
yep.
same thing. I don't know if it's just the motive or the the plans of the flap new waste management. I just don't know that, but
Y-
it's something that's happening
Yeah.
everywhere,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Mocha is no different. But you see, it's a bit ticklish for them because now we have one seat. Usually, APNU will control the entire NDC, and they do as they please. Now we
Right.
have one person from the Mocha NDC on the Mocha NDC, and mind you, I must say thank you to my comrades in this community who is fully supporting me
Mm,
and helping me through this. So I am not looking on their side for their support. I'm not looking on them for any opinion, any coverage or anything. I have my
right.
political party and my comrades to back me up.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
sitting there, you have to hear a lot that the government and the party, the PPP, they're doing this, they're not doing this. And what is so disgusting, and as Bob Marley say, you have to free your mind from slavery. And I believe not only in Mocha, but all over the
Right.
PNC, the APNU, they have this bondage. Their mind is in this mental bondage, and I believe that they should free their mind from that. Stop looking to see what's happening in your community and compare it to what's happening in other communities. Very too often we hear, oh, the government they're doing little to nothing in this community, but go and check Echoes or go and check Los Ignan. You see they have better things. Why are you comparing? Look at what you have. Look at the grants you have and see
Right.
how you compare to this community. Instead of doing that, you decide to sit and you bash the government, you bash the president, you bash the ministers, and I'm saying this without fear. You bash everyone on the PPPC government, and then you yet still you're being hypocrites when your hand is in the tiger mouth to go to these same persons to beg
Right.
for help. It's
Yeah.
so sad.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the president was in there in January. Tell us a bit about the visit and what were some of the things, some of the issues residents raised during this outreach here.
All right, the president came into this community in January, and this is like it caused a whole uproar in this community because his visit here was an impromptu one.
Wait, stop.
So
Stop, stop, stop. Wait. Grange ever visit y'all?
when he was rallying,
No, no, no. I'm talking as a sitting president. Did Mr. Granger visit the community of Mocha?
Cordell, not that I can recall.
Okay, continue,
Not
man.
that I can recall. So the president, and mind you, this is not the first visit to this
Right.
community by our
Yeah.
president. So he made an impromptu visit in this community. And the APNU, they went off about it, why they weren't notified, why they weren't given a long notice about this. And the chairman sat to the NDC and he was like, Councilor Moore, you need to tell me what's going on. You need to tell me when the president and when the ministers are coming into this community. Now the president is free to visit any community in our community whenever he chooses.
Right.
And I do not have to sit there to explain that to you. He's saying that I should tell him that, so at least they could provide some sort of security for the president.
President?
What security can you provide for the president when you have the policing group in this community and you're not even working with them? So what
Right.
security can you provide for our president?
Jokers.
No, the president came into the community and he met with residents, and the residents, they voiced their concern. Persons, farmers, they talked about they asked for materials, they asked for livestock and stuff like that. And mind you, Courdel, everything that the president would have taken note of for from this visit, it was dealt with, and it's still in the process for some persons.
So I there was a follow-up visit by some ministers. So
Yes.
this is where the issues raised by residents, you could say, were addressed, and the process of, you know, addressing the issues of the residents started.
Yes.
Right.
So with this visit here, we had Minister Sonia, we had Minister Kwame, and we had Minister Indar.
Right.
They came to this community, they spoke with not only the youths, but everybody as well. Everybody feel youthful. So they spoke to persons in this community. People raised personal issues, and they got help with that. People raised issues about getting jobs. They got help with that.
Right.
And mind you, in addition to that, persons even came and seek cash grant, and they got help. So one thing I am happy, and I thank this government for, this party, is that whenever a promise is made, it is fulfilled.
Yeah.
Unlike the flop, no.
I like the term. Vishal has used this term a lot, and Sally Jones flap. No, I gotta switch. Stop saying APNU. They flap in every way, shape, or form. No, there has been a lot of road construction in the area.
Correct.
Now, I want to look at this photo here. This road that we're looking at, what's the name of this street? And this young lady, how many persons used to have to deal with these kinds of things getting in and out every day?
Courdel, this is the Barnwell North Road, right? And for this picture, every time I see this picture, it saddens me, because during the APNU time, they went there and you never saw it fit to do this road. And like you would said, all you hearing, oh, the government is doing this road. But it was in Granger time. He would have proposed that. The government is now executing it right now. But that is not so. This community was neglected by the coalition. I would say that, because I haven't seen much being done or anything at all that was done by the coalition. However, this road is the Barnwell North Road, and this is the state the residents, the children had to traverse this road to get to school, to get to work. So in the Barnwell North, at the starting or at the front of it, you have a lot of residents. At the back of it, you have more farmland. And in the farmland, you have families living there. So we have approximate, a matter of fact, I'm not going to give a figure. I'm not going to give a figure because I don't want to be off. But we have a lot of families at the back there. But thanks to this coalition, thanks to this government, this is what they are working on today.
Wow. Could you imagine that? So with the money gone, why Granger them didn't fix it? You need to ask the chairman that. With the money there?
Courdel, I don't know. I'm still looking for it also.
No, here's something. I have some photos here. Vishal really want to talk to you. Let me answer you. You might got something you want to say to you. I tell you no cars, but the call is still.
It's okay.
Vishal, morning. You're live with me and the councilor.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. How are you?
Not too bad.
Yeah, earlier I was looking at.
No, you got to say morning to the councilor too. The councilor on the live as well.
Oh, good morning, councilor. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. More life and success, my friend.
Thank you.
This is your first time on the PPPC team. You on the team of success, not doom and gloom.
Yes, that is true.
That Guyana for circus, right?
Shall use trouble.
And I want you to deliver this message to your wider Afro-Guyanese audience, right? We all Guyanese, but I'm being specific here. To your wider Afro-Guyanese audience, Flapnu have enough love for Afro-Guyanese, but only when they're in the opposition seat. So you have to make sure you have let them remain in the opposition seat 2025.
I agree.
And the government will give a hefty salary increase across the board. So they're going to suffer in the opposition seat. Because now you don't get to $1 million already.
You
right?
promise you know for sure.
Yes.
Go ahead, we listening to you.
All love Afro-Guyanese. That 15 Afro-Guyanese of the Flapnu government. Not even 15. They bombarded BK International before 2015. And when they came into power, by Shenling, us, BK and Harmon on a jet in Macau. You know where Macau is, right? China.
What?
It's a city-state like Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Right? At no time, all these things get contract. You didn't hear him, but no Williams and Sivans and all these people.
Right.
You had to be you had to be a Ram Gobin, a Jai Gobin, a Rajnath with couple billion in your pocket. If you think a lie, you disaggregate the budget estimate from 2015 to 2020. And you name 20 or 15 or 10 black contractors who would have received substantial amount of contract. And this is what the bulk of the money are.
Yeah.
2015 they came into power, they gave an 8% incremental increase across 8% incremental increase. Only lower tiers of worker received the 8%. The higher tiers of worker was 3%, 2%, whatever. And it wasn't even retroactive. And they sold Afro-Guyanese.
It's true
And under their tenureship, Afro-Guyanese business downsize, Afro-Guyanese business run bankrupt, or become insolvent, just as what happened in 92 when they left government.
I agree. Vishal, I want to cut you a little short here today because this council got a lot of things here to deal with.
Know,
Right?
Sister, welcome. Stay steadfast and focused.
All right.
Thank
You
you.
are enjoy it.
You too.
You
That's
too.
it, Vishal. Now, Vishal raised something, dear counselor, that I want to touch on. I start scratching my head because I didn't understand it when I got the information at first. Right? Now, gotta wrap my mind around it. So, there was supposed to be an international football field on the East Bank, right? Some money were allotted under the APNU to build an international football field along the East Bank. Councillor, please give me some information in relation to this. Now, before you start, I want my viewers to understand that when you hear this story, you will understand where the friends, family, and favorites come from, right? You will understand clearly. So I'm going to put up this image here. Councillor, go ahead.
All right. Thank you for highlighting this, Courdel. Now, what you're seeing here is the field or the part that they allotted to put this international football field, right? And the APNU would have given the NDC $29 million to do this.
29 million. Y'all hear what she said, right? She said
$29 million.
29,000. She said 2.9 million. $29 million. Continue, Councillor.
Now, the only thing that I would have seen, or the only thing I'm seeing here is the fence. The place was fenced. and we have a few gates around here. Mind you, there are a few $1 million remaining, but I don't know why they are not using that to see how much they can push. When this assignment was starting, the first person who do the land clearing, who started the land clearing, was our very own MP in Moke Nima Flubes.
Man, no man.
Her husband started the process of the land clearing.
Wow. Wow. So $24 million spent. And all the
29.
people of no. 29
Yeah.
allotted. I think there's about $5 million left back. So they would have spent
Yes.
about 24 million on a fence and clearing the area. Now the
I would
people
have
of
seen,
Mocha, go ahead.
yeah, $5 million was spent last year, and when I asked what that $5 million was spent on, two gates for this field.
But in this photo here, we're looking at with the gate there.
The gates that were placed on the fence for this field, it's in another part, but you cannot get to see the entire place because of the high bush that's in there.
Yeah, but I
So
mean,
you cannot get to see everything.
if the flu besses or the best flus or whatever we want to call them, right? Why
Yeah.
Nima flu best didn't go to this ground? Why she go tilt to port and making herself a fool?
Cordell, that's a very, very good question
Nima flu
because
best go till up Borby side by people ground, and in our own community, this is what going on, and she's apparently somebody close to her is one of the persons who would have started this works.
started the land clearing.
So again, I tell the persons who look at this program, these are the kind of things you can expect from the flap no. I got to say APNU again. The flap no. Imagine, even if they fence this place, the youth in this community can't even go there and play some sports or do nothing. Keep a village day, nothing.
There's so many things that need to be done in there, and there's certain parts that, a matter of fact, you get one trench in there, and the trench it still got a full.
So I wanted
So-
to jump. Go ahead.
Yeah, what they're doing, what persons are doing, and even residents in the community, they would try and get ask for mud. They pay and get the transportation, and when they get the mud, they go and dump it in here as a village effort to try to hasten this project.
Said again, I'm confused. Sorry. So the villagers buying mud to dump in the ground to help speed up the project.
Yes.
All right. Don't let me look at inside. We see that inside this ground, they got no international football field that they're gonna be here for a while. Probably Minister Ramson might need to visit this place. But then is the NDC property say no, they're gonna block it. They prefer to have the bush there. Let's look at outside of this facility now. Tell me a bit about what's going on here.
All right. Outside here, if you look close to the fence, you will see that you have a nice, clean reserve there. Now here you have a farmer who placed barriers on the fence and would graze the cows there. They would leave the cow. They're using this here as a cow pen. So I would have brought this to the attention of the NDC, and the chairman told the overseer, "Oh, go and lash on the barrier and let the cows run wild." That's his response to the overseer. But when talking to residents, I would have heard that it's somebody on the NDC who would have given this farmer the permission to put the cows there.
Wow. You definitely up against a lot, because could you imagine this facility that's supposed to be of international standards, get left. You can't even say halfway. But now it turned to animal pasture.
Yes, it is.
No, I've heard some complaints about residents talking about pigs being mined somewhere close to them and that kind of thing. Tell me a little bit about that.
All right. So
And what
one
the
of the
NDC is doing about it.
Cordell, one of the farmers, he has pigs, and he was squatting in the Caneview area, and that's when he had to be removed from that area.
Right.
So he received, according to what I heard, he received another permission from someone on the NDC to rear his pigs on the reserve. Now, another resident is complaining about this because the resident is saying that it is affecting him. Mind you, the farmer with the pigs, he is willing to comply and do the right thing. However, what he's asking for is the NDC to just help him by allocating a piece of land or a plot of land where he can take his pigs and will not be affecting any resident.
Right.
But the NDC doesn't have time to do that. They have the time to sit and bash the overseer, bash the government, bash anybody on PPPC slate. That's all they care about.
And yet the development that's happening in the community is not through the NDC.
No,
NDIA
nothing.
doing drainage works, public works doing
Yes.
roads, BIT
Yes.
doing training,
Yes.
GLD helping with livestock management and that kind of thing. I mean,
Yes.
what's the purpose of the NDC right now?
To sit and bash the government, I believe. To sit and just say that, oh, I'm the chairman or I'm on the NDC. I'm going to represent you. Give me $20,000 and I'm going to talk for you.
Look, you mentioned squatting just now. There's supposed to be some regularization of a squatting area in there. Minister Kroll was there as well. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
All right. So this picture that you're seeing, Minister Kroll has the map of that area. So in that area, we have a lot of squatters there. And I want to say a big shout out and thank you to one of our comrades, Comrade Alicia Bob. She has been in that area and she's working along with persons there and helping them in various ways.
Right.
Now, she is one who is pushing to have that area regularized.
Right.
Because persons are there who would have sent in applications for a house lot and they did not receive it under the APNU coalition.
Right.
And now we have persons under this coalition who are getting house lots. So the other persons, the rest, she's still fighting for them. This administration would have made a commitment to regularize at the back there. Yes, to regularize at the back there. And they are in the process of doing so. Right now, we have housing in the area, measuring up road, measuring up the size of the land and stuff like that. So persons in the near future, we will not say that they're squatters to that end. Instead, they are landowners.
No, sometime back on this same program, I spoke to a video I saw on Facebook that had a guy complaining about some road and the cement mixing right and one set of worries. Now, I was wondering where this guy was when we had construction like this here going on. Now, based on what I see here, the alignment little off, but it seems like the drain higher than the road, so I understand how the drain in the road. So just let me know what's going on here and our viewers so they can understand exactly what I'm getting at.
All right. Courdel, I don't know. I would like to flip your memory a little. When was the rally? When was the People's Progressive Rally in Mocha here? I stood on the podium and I talked about this same burial ground. I talked about things that the NDC should be looking into. So this is one project. This is one contract that was given to somebody by the NDC. Well, not really the NDC, I should say. This was one project for the NDC to have this drain concrete and stuff like that. But I don't know if Flatterson received this contract, because I can't understand somebody with straight eyes will do something so twist up, and then they were fully compensated, they were fully paid for this project. No,
Man,
the
come, so you
MD,
trying to tell me the overseer okay these bend up drains and these high walls?
the contractor was paid.
This is you got my viewers cracking
So
up.
sad to know that you are, and when I say you, I mean the other side, they are
Right.
looking to see what public works is doing. And mind you, I'm not saying that you should accept substandard work, but you're foot to foot behind this government and what they're doing, and you're going to talk, you're highlighting all of the wrongs, but this here, it's silent. You're silent about this thing here.
I
And I'm
know, right?
quite sure that in the future, this same contract will be awarded contracts in this community.
You know something? The sad part about the situation is people have selective memory. Selective memory, right?
Selective
With
amnesia.
all with all that is happening in the community, with all that has happened. Now, speaking about councillors, you got the internet going wild with Flatterson. You oh my goodness. I gotta invite you here more steady. Use trouble. No, okay. I have something else I wanted you to touch on here. Now, this year I see it's a lavatory, some kind of lavatory facility. It doesn't look like it was too professionally done. But I would think that why would a resident do something like this? But from the information I got, it's not just a resident. This is a sitting councillor for the NDC. Tell us a little bit about this here.
Cordell, I feel like I'm pregnant because the amount of nonsense that's going on in here, it just make me sick. Now, looking at this urinal, it's illegal by 2802. You're not supposed to put urinal on the reserve.
Right,
Now,
right.
when a matter of fact, a resident brought this to my attention, right? This is directly in front of the resident's house.
Wow.
When people go and use this thing, what will happen to that resident? So the resident, who is an elder, highlighted this to me, and I brought it to the council's attention. But what? They do not care, because yes, this was built here by a councillor, and he has this hangout spot, and the chairman goes there. The chairman, even to
Wow.
yesterday class, and the chairman was there using his colorful language.
So the chairman probably pissing in there too. Trouble in this place. I mean, if I was the resident, I would have gone night when they close off and break it down.
Cordell, even
How
though
So-
this here, it should not be on the reserve, right? According to 2802, it should not be there, right? So that's something you're breaking. And as a sitting councillor, you should be setting example. You cannot
But
be
this,
telling the residents one thing and you're doing something else.
but
But
this
if
doesn't cause sanitation
coming into the community, Cordell,
Ah,
it's not, if you look at it, it's an eyesore to the community. What
right.
are you giving to the persons that are passing? What you really telling them? This thing is so distasteful. It should be removed.
Man, it's a sad situation indeed. It's a sad situation indeed that a councillor would do something like this, not even put up a proper structure, you know. But
Not
again,
even a proper structure.
you are in the fight alone and you're rallying, and I'm very proud that you have not been or allowed them to intimidate you as the only sitting councillor for the other side, you know. That aside, there has been a lot of bid training. There have been business grants in the community. GLDA has been on the ground doing walkabouts and that kind of stuff. Roads being reconstructed in Amarillo housing scheme, Nelson Street,
Almero.
Amiro housing scheme, Nelson Street, Forest Street, Barnwell North, and that kind of thing. How do you feel as a councillor, and more so a PPP councillor, without any, when I say you don't have any power, you don't have any power to effect change through the council, but through your representation, the representation of your activist comrades, to affect all this change in the community of Maka, to see this despite the NDC not doing that, how does that make you feel?
Courdel, honestly, as a PPPC councillor and a PPPC representative for this community, it gives me great joy because I spoke to some persons and some people they prefer to bypass bypass the NDC because they're not getting anything out of the NDC. You're not seeing any changes. You're not seeing work being done. And
Right.
mind you, I would like to highlight something. In the Mocha Arcadia community here, the drainage system is very poor. In certain parts of this community, you would see the road and the drain like it's in one. There is no drainage system, right? So these are things that the NDC would have failed to do. And knowing that the government is working in this community, we are happy to know that they're impacting households by making their lives easier. They are coming into the community, they're doing the roads, like you said. They are providing job opportunities for persons. They are providing training. If you have your small business, they are helping you to push that. So it brings great joy to us. And when I say us, I mean everybody here on the PPPC slate in this community and the residents. Because one thing I must say, and one thing we all know, is that this government, the PPPC do not look to see which community is for them, which community is against them. Development will be happening across Guyana.
Right. I agree. Well, I'd like to encourage you to keep up the good fight. They can't deter you. I know you got a strong spirit. They can't move you, right? And I know that you will have the support of central government to implement change in that area. So I am absolutely sure at the next LG elections, you'll probably have some company on the council, and you'll go from. And this is what the vice president and the general secretary talks about: inroads. So we go from a place where we have no representation to a place where you have somebody actually sitting on the council and actually affecting change in this community. The community members can go now and say, hey, it makes sense we go to the NDC. Let's go to Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore. We're going to see more action there. And eventually, the rest of the community will realize, hey, probably if we put more people like Councillor Moore, we might actually have a working NDC. So, I mean, I want to encourage you to keep up the good work, fight the good fight, and despite all the rhetoric and the dogs barking on each side, you keep your head straight and do what you got to do, Councillor.
Always, Courdel, always.
I'd like to thank you for being on the program. I'm definitely going into Mocha next week or on the weekend and get some shots of that ground. I want to see it from above holistically, to see the kind of jungle they got in there. They should do safari or something in there, the little jungle they got there. Nima flew best ice pass people. She could have gone right at that ground. And mind you, Councillor, when she went to port, she was like, the NDC dumping stuff here, at NDC that's controlled by the flap no. Just like in Mocha, I would like the government or local government or somebody to investigate what's going on at that ground and where the money went to. Because, I mean, 29 million and all we got is a fence and a yard full of bush. Anyway, Kong, so let me let you have a few last words before I let you go. We're about at up to program time.
All right. Cordell, I would like to say thank you for bringing me on to your program. I do hope that you do bring me on in the near future again. I would like to thank each and every viewer here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your input. Thank you for your support. But Cordell, before we leave, I would like to highlight one more thing for you.
Sure.
And I would like this to be known. I would like the viewers and everyone else to know what's going on. Now, our resident Sunday, I didn't get to go to Babu John, which was so sad. I really wanted to go. But however, I had to spend my time here in Moko at the NDC meeting, engaging residents, whereby about 8 residents turned up for that meeting.
Right.
And a resident came and she brought a complaint. Now, I spoke to this resident last year, and she highlighted the 4 foot behind her that is
Right.
not being cleaned. And when I went and I visited the site, I realized that a fence, one of the next residents' fence, is in the drain. So,
Right.
and the drain, it's full of a lot of edo leaf and stuff like that. So it's so sad that from last year to now, nothing has been done. So I'm encouraging persons. I'm telling you, the NDC, it doesn't have your interest at heart. The chairman and the councilors, well, mostly the chairman, I would say, all he cares about is sitting there bashing the overseer and talking a lot of trash about this government. So if you have need, something that you see needs to fix or so,
Right.
find persons who have your interest at heart. And I must say also that this government, this party, the People's Progressive Party, is the only party that welcomes everyone and anyone, and they treat you as family. You feel like you belong somewhere. It's not a party that will use you and abuse you. It's not a
Right.
party that it just needs you for voting time, and after that you're gone, like what Basil Williams did. When they were rallying in 2015, Basil Williams came into this community and he
Right.
said, "Oh, y'all need jobs? Take my number. When we get into government, call. You're going to get jobs. But this girl is a very beautiful girl. I want you to call me more." That's what he was getting on with. But then when he goes into government, Basil Williams changed his number. So this
Wow.
party is not about that. Once we make a commitment, we fulfill it, unlike the flap no waste management. So
Guys,
once again, I would like to say thank you for having me, and thank you to all the listeners here. It's still Truth Thursday.
you make my light cut off, man. What's wrong with you? Je- Look, these people, y'all don't involve the councilor in none of these songs that playing on this program. Please,
No.
please, good. Councilor, thank you for being here. Please enjoy the rest of the day, and
You-
I will see you. We will communicate soon on how we're gonna get that footage of this area here and bring it back, and then I'm gonna have you on the show again, right? I
All right,
see
thank you.
Miss Blackman Bob is here. One of your activists there in the area, giving support as
Yes,
usual,
as
right?
usual, as usual.
Take care and enjoy the rest of the day.
You too. Thank you, Cordell. Bye bye.
Right. So that was Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore. A lot of information for us there. You see how these people are wretched? Y'all see how these people are wretched? Nima flew from Mocha till to port to make herself a blasted idiot. Lying to people. Lying to people. Y'all want music, we get in there. Look at that ground. 29 million put aside for international football field. You understand? 29 million, and look what the people of Mocha have there now. Look what the people in Mocha have there now. Nima flew best should shame. And I reliably informed this your husband cleared that place to do the initial work. He should return the money. He should return the money. My goodness. Y'all see why I just big up this councilor all the time? Y'all just hear me picking her up every morning because I know she in the fight on the council there, sitting in the room there. She's on her own. While she got support from her comrades in the community, when the council sit down there, and trust me, imagine morning to Councilor Kevin D. That's another councilor. Kevin, send me a number on Facebook. We gotta find out what's happening at your NDC there as well, right? Mind you, these are young Afro-Guyanese councillors representing the PPP. This is a PPP that hate black people. Remember, the opposition, the PPP hate black people. No, not a black people party. Look at this articulate young lady who's representing Maconians right now, bringing more change than an actual NDC that getting a subvention. Sad situation. Sad situation. Anyway, guys, before I go, I got to let you all know the Vice President will be having a press conference today, 2 p.m. Please make sure that you tune in. We'll be streaming it live. Livewire will be streaming it live. Also, it will be on his Facebook and the YouTube page, so you can follow there. Right? Don't forget, 2 p.m. today, press conference by Vice President Dr. Bar Jagdio. What's the guy going on, mate? I forgetting anything? People? I forgetting something. I guess it's that time. Folks, it's that time. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready?
So,
let me go.
on my way out of why y'all to have a wonderful day. Great. Most of that staying here still. So, let me play the first entry we got for this competition. It'll take a little while to load. I can play tomorrow. But guys, I am heading out to here. Y'all be good Guyanese. Cut your... Send me the videos. We close it off this competition by month 10. Right? We close it off the competition by month 10 and we're going to select a winner. Oi! All of them stand still. Look, I headed out to here. Y'all continue to be good Guyanese. As I usually say to y'all before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
All them gory man stand still. How we gonna do a gory man walk right now? You ready? Boxer, let me go now. Hear me sing now. Gory walk, everything. Gory walk, jump. Gory walk, everything. Gory. Me say, gory jump, everything. Gory jump, everything. Hear me sing, so. Big body can wearing tight pants. Big body just wear on the big shot. Big body can wearing tight pants. Big body just hear me sing. Bang bang balang, cut your body. Bang bang balang, strong baby body. Bang bang balang, cut your body. Bang bang balang, hear me, listen. Big body can wearing tight pants. Big body just wear on the big shot. Big body can wearing tight pants. All them body man stand still. How we gonna do a body man walk right now? You ready? Boxer, let me go now.
There's gonna be a time where the is gonna come into effect.
Mali, sugar, papi, sour,
Oh God.
Entertainer time.
Oh God.
Hold the go. all them. We're missing. Mali, sugar, papi, so on. Remember, lash up and help me, girl, lash up and lash up and
And what I need to make sure is that there is the
Are we gonna do a bowling man walk right now? You ready? Box and let me go now. Keep the thing now. Bowling one, jump. Bowling one, Keep the thing so. Big body can wear it tight pants. Big body just be right a big shot. Big body can wear it tight pants. Big body just everything. Back, touch your body. Back, strong in the body. Back, touch your body. Back, heavy. Big body can wear it tight pants. Big body just be right a big shot. Big body can wear it tight pants. All the body man stand still. I'm gonna do a body man walk right now. You ready? Box and let me go now. Keep the thing so. Bowling one, jump. Bowling one, Keep the thing so. They body down here in the